Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hymenoptera of North America. See guys, that's how you do an intro. Not the stupid things you've been putting in front of these. So from now on, let's just put out normal intros, informative, formal. Okay, let's try it. Okay, ready? Zoom in. All right. Hello, welcome. Bees in the genus Bombus are found in all continents except for Australia and Africa. There are about 260 species worldwide and about 47 species in North America. These bees nest in a variety of protected locations like abandoned rodent burrows and the cavities of dead trees. In this video we will take a closer look at 4 species, the northern Bombus borealis and 3 western species, Bombus occidentalis, Bombus nevadensis, and Bombus appositus. As everyone already knows, Bombus species are clothed in long, dense hair that can be black, yellow, orange, brown, or white. These bees visit a wide variety of plants that often include these 6 genera. Each of the 4 bee species described here commonly visit 2 or more of these flowers. The first of these 4 species was described by William Kirby in 1837. Kirby, the president of the Ipswich Museum in Suffolk, described several specimens collected from Parry's 1819 polar expedition that sought to find a northwest passage. Of the 6 species he described was one he named borealis. Borealis, as its name implies, is found far to the north. The specimens Kirby described were from 62 degrees latitude. That's just below the Arctic Circle. Borealis has an orange-yellow look, sort of a light caramel or amber color. The hair on her face is a very light yellow. Bombus species are obviously large. Queens are roughly 18 to 24 millimeters, and female workers 12 to 18 millimeters. This worker borealis is similar in size to appositus. Both tower over this worker honeybee. Borealis is found together with a similar-looking Fervidus. To tell them apart, first look at the dark band on the thorax. The one on borealis is broader than the narrow band on Fervidus. Also notice the yellow hair on the face of borealis, while the hair on Fervidus is nearly all black. 21 years after Kirby in 1858 North America, specimens from Fort Vancouver in Washington State made their way east to John Green. Green named one of these new western bees occidentalis, which means western in Latin. Occidentalis is a less than flashy species. It has long orange hairs and black hairs with brown hairs intermixed. None of the colors contrast sharply, making them look a little muddy. Their abdomen is black with a brown band and a white tip. As for size, occidentalis is not a giant. It is moderately sized for Bombus, 9 to 15 millimeters for workers, and 20 to 21 millimeters for queens. Like most Bombus species, occidentalis is variable in its coloration. This is the Rocky Mountain variety. It has a round face, unlike the long face of appositus. They also have a mostly dark abdomen, with the final few segments a bright white. Also, tilting your specimen usually reveals a brown and black band of hairs on T3. 16 years after Green, Ezra Cresson, working in Philadelphia, described another species from the western United States. He named it nevadensis for its site of collection. Nevadensis is a large bombus. It has light yellow cropped hair dorsally and black hair ventrally. Instead of a black band across the thorax, nevadensis has only a centrally located bald spot. It is distributed widely across the western United States and southern Canada. Nevadensis is the largest of the 4 species considered in this video. Workers like this one can reach 21 millimeters. Queens can reach 25 millimeters and can be rather imposing insects. Nevadensis has black hairs on its face, a condition shared with Fervidus and impatiens, but few others. Of these 3, only nevadensis has the first 3 tergites yellow. Fervidus and impatiens have either more or less than 3. 4 years later, in 1878, Cresson described another bombus from the west. He named it appositus. Appositus is a tricolored bee. It has the same yellow and black hair as most other bombus, but appositus has bright white hair on the front of the thorax and the head. Of course, the variability of the species means not all will resemble this one exactly. Some have no white at all. Males show a similar color pattern as the females. The male's primary duty is to fertilize prospective queens in the fall. They can often be seen at flowers where they will be watching for emerging queens. They have hind legs that resemble the females in shape, but lack the pollen collecting hairs. Appositus are fairly large for bombus. Queens can be as large as 24 millimeters long and workers 11 to 18 millimeters. If you suspect your specimen is appositus, it will have a long face similar to borealis. It will also most likely have very pale hair on the front of the thorax, but yellow-orange hair on the back of the thorax. The T5 hair on appositus is yellow, and the hair on Fervidus T5 is black. Your specimens will be mostly female, so your task is to essentially find the males. Females have 6 dorsal tergites and males 7. Males also have an additional 13th antennal segment. Queens will always be larger than males, but some female workers will be small. There is no structural feature that separates workers from queens. Queens are larger and can be observed foraging in the early spring. Most of the rest of the summer is dominated by workers like these. In North America, there are several subgenera and 47 species. Most species can be recognized by a combination of colors on the face, the thorax, and especially the abdomen. Many guides can be found online and usually dedicated to your particular area. There are also many fine books on bombus that cover much more information. Abdominal color is a great place to start. Since abdominal color is easily seen in the field, bees can often be determined on the wing. Also, photographs of these easily approached subjects can often be more than enough to make a determination. There is unlikely more than 6 or 7 common species in your area, and a combination of face color, thorax color, and abdomen color should make field identification possible. Filtering these color combinations through range maps, and your choices whittle down to only a few possible suspects. This should lessen the need to collect specimens. Well, that should get you started. Good luck. As always, a special thanks go to the internet resources that make these videos possible, including the Biodiversity Heritage Library, Discover Life, and Iowa State University's Bug Guide. Look for them online.